All right, guys. I figured I'd bring you along with me. Uh, I'm making spaghetti. Making a little spaghetti for dinner. So, there's two functions to this box, of course. The thicker wires, which have already combined my commons, and I put some protections. I used some Romex sheathing to kind of shield it against this rough edge here while I'm working on it. So that was something I did. And I did all the wire nuts, and like I said, this was stranded wire. All the wire coming out of here was stranded, even the thicker wire. So, and I did all the pigtails because I like these wire nuts. These wire nuts here, I like these wire nuts. These are all right, but I like these. These are a lot easier to use, and I think it makes a cleaner connection because you can actually see, you know, when it goes all the way down. Because you want, when you push your wire and you want it to come all the way down here. Oh, you might not be able to see too well. And look what I did. I changed my lights, or my batteries, I should say, in my neck light. Changed my batteries. Oh yeah, that's better. All right. So what I'm planning on doing is I already have my bracket and my cable clamp on my 12-3. I've got to splice my wires, my connectors. And there's there's four wires. There's the black, there's the neutral, the traveler, which is going to act as a hot. I guess that's what travelers do anyway. They act as hots, a second hot. So, but they're just called travelers because I guess they travel with the hot. You know, there's probably more to it than that. But just doing my splicing. All right, there you go. So all I plan on doing is doing some basic wiring now. Connect, and I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible, even though I got a bunch of spaghetti up here. So here's my ground pigtail, right? And I pigtailed it to this because remember, this was strand, and I didn't like, and I used this wire nut to wire nut my pigtail. So I'm going to hook up my ground. All right, just like, let's see, let's do it like, I'm trying to think how it's going to look out when it's in the box. Let's do it this way. All right, remember, you want to push these all the way down till you can see it. See how it's all the way down? I don't know if you can see it real good. See how it's all the way down to the bottom? That's what you want to do. I'm going to do that. Okay, so I got my ground done. Next I'm going to do my common. Here's my common. All my, sorry, not commons, neutrals. All my neutrals are going to be hooked up to one, and I'm going to trim a little bit off of this one. Just a little bit. And I'm going to trim a little off my black too, my hot too. Just a little. And I'm going to trim a little off my travel. Okay, so neutral, do my neutrals next. And here's my neutral. So I'm going to, remember, I'm going to try to keep this as clean as I possibly can. And you want it all the way in. See how all those neutrals are going down to, if you get a good look, see. I can't shine my light on this and look at the camera at the same time, but they're all the way seated down. All right, so then the next one we'll do is the hot, the black hot. All right, we'll do the black hot next. And that's this one right here. And once again, we're going to push it all the way down. And you can see it didn't go down far enough. I may have trimmed off too much, so let's back that out. Even though you don't like to back it out too many times. Let's take a little bit more off of this one. That's better. All right, now see, we'll get it to sit down. Okay, that's better. Yeah, there we go. See, it's all the way down. Can't go down anymore. All right, so both of those are down. Then the last thing we have is our traveler. And here's our traveler connection right here. And put that all the way in. There we go. And that's, let's see here. Oh, may have to I may have taken off some of these things. I may have taken off too much. So let's take a little bit more insulation off. Okay, that's better. Sometimes they look too long, and I like to trim them back. Okay, that's better. See how it's all the way down, and there's no insulation popping out. So here's my spaghetti. She's all wired up, and that's why I figured I'd do it down here. Because imagine doing this up on a ladder, you know, it would be a little bit of a headache. So now what I have to do is tuck all this back in the box neatly and button it all up. I already have my cable clamp on, and we're going to be good to go. And another reason I wanted to do it down here is when I get my switch wired, I wanted to test it before I hung it. You know, test everything and make sure she all works. And you know, if I have any troubleshooting to do it while it's easy to troubleshoot right in front of me. All right. So there you have it. Little basic electrical wiring 101. Nothing fancy about it. Just you know, you got to follow where your leads are coming from and make sure everything's all, you know, flowing in the direction it wants to flow. So I know it looks like a mess, but it's actually, you know, has a purpose. All right, so I wanted to take you with me with that. And as usual, there'll be more to come.